Wednesday morning at about 1 a.m., the SWAT team in Georgia showed up at Marjorie Taylor Greene's home after a series of phone calls suggested that there had been a shooting at Marjorie Taylor Greene's home. But the thing that these SWAT officers did not realize when they showed up to the address was that it was Marjorie Taylor Greene's home. They got a call. The call said, "I heard gunshots, people are being shot. Here is the address where the gunshots are coming from." SWAT team shows up, Marjorie Taylor Greene opens the door, and they're like, "Oh, okay, we've been pranked here." They did, of course, do their little sweep. Marjorie Taylor Greene tweeted out that she is grateful for their service. But this is a practice called swatting. It's where an individual makes a phone call, a fake phone call to authorities, suggesting that one of their enemies, somebody they dislike, whoever it is doing something terrible. The SWAT team shows up, kicks in the door sometimes, has their guns drawn, weapons pointed at people, searching the premise for whatever illegal activity was reported. This is incredibly dangerous, obviously. This is terrifying for the individuals involved. And here's where the Marjorie Taylor Greene story gets a little weird. Because the caller who said there were gunshots over there then called back using a voice changer on the phone. And they said the second call from the suspect, who was using a computer-generated voice, stating that he or she was upset about Mrs. Greene's political view on transgender youth rights. So the person who did this calls back and said, "Oh, by the way, I did it because I'm mad at her because she doesn't like transgender people." Click. That doesn't seem normal, right? If this were really an individual concerned about transgender rights here in the United States, they would not have made the second phone call to clarify that that's why they were doing this, because they know that that would only create sympathy for the Republican lawmaker, right? It would actually hurt their cause. It wouldn't help it. So don't you think it actually makes much more sense that the person who did this was doing it because they wanted to hurt the transgender rights movement? Because they wanted to harm the LGBTQ community, and because they wanted to gain some sympathy for Marjorie Taylor Greene? To me, that seems like the most logical explanation. That this was not, in fact, somebody on the left, that it was actually somebody on the right. And I know I'm probably getting into a little bit of conspiracy theory territory here, and I'm not trying to do that. What I am saying is that that second call doesn't make any sense. That doesn't seem like something an LGBTQ activist would actually call back to say, just to clarify, like, let them know it was me and this is why. Doesn't seem like what would actually happen, right? The practice of swatting is horrifying. I do not in any way condone it. And we are seeing now that it is being weaponized. Whether it was somebody on the left, somebody on the right, doesn't matter, it was weaponized. As horrible as Marjorie Taylor Greene is, I'm going to go ahead and say she probably didn't deserve having this happen. I'm not exhibiting any sympathy towards her, but I am imploring people, please don't do these kinds of things. It does not help anything, except for, of course, people like Marjorie Taylor Greene. They get help. Whatever cause you're trying to promote, if that is legitimate, is going to take a major step backwards from actions like this. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.